This is a matchup we have been waiting for. Two elite wide receivers. They bring a great skill set and swagger, hoping to use this showcase to show they are the top receiver in the country. Welcome to Gainesville, Florida, and the Swamp, the home of the Florida Gators. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Maryland Terrapins, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here with Kirk Hermstreet. Let's get this thing underway. The Terrapins will kick this deep to begin the game. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. They'll run it from the gun. Nowhere to run up the middle.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
So the running play stopped on first down, brings up 2nd and 10 from their 25. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Caught by the receiver. The gain is 8 yards, so it sets up a 3rd and 2. And the Gators come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. It's an out route, the catch made. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Well, when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that that
breaks into the clear. Crosses the 10. All the way to the end zone. They couldn't catch him. Touchdown, Gators.
His tight end is an absolute weapon with the ball in his hands. They get him the ball, and the whole crowd seemed to know it was about to happen. He took off and took it to the end zone.
Point after, knocked right through. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7. Fans around the country got their eyes on this matchup, but this is going to be fun. It doesn't happen often enough in college football, an early season collision of top 5 teams.
Yeah, you love to see a test early in the year for the players and the coaches because you find out all that work you put in the summer. You think you got a good football team, and now you get a chance to go up against one of the top teams in the country. I'm just glad we're here to witness it.
Going absolutely nowhere. It'll be a loss of a play.
Boy, how about the defensive speed there and the team pursuit? They recognize the toss sweep from the middle of the field and show their team speed to be able to eliminate this play.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Looking for his back. Got a man open, hits him right in stride. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line.
Boy, this is every defense's worst nightmare. They have everything covered downfield. The quarterback just has given up on the play, checks it down to the back, and instead of rallying to the football to keep him short of the first down, he is so elusive, he picks up first down yards.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Man, oh man, was the defense ready for this play. The quarterback just searching for anywhere to go, looking for daylight, but couldn't find anywhere to go in the keeper.
He'll hand it off. And this run goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. The quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Will not be brought down. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
They test the middle, but gets stuffed. That run goes nowhere. Second down after that previous play. Takes the toss and heads left. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time. Crucial third down play coming up after that run. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He bought some time, now lets it go. He pulls in the catch. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down. And the Terrapins with 1st and 10 here. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And he finds his tight end for the catch. And he goes down after a solid gain on the play. That's enough for a fresh set of downs for this offense. First down here for this offense. Here's the handoff.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. It's an RPO. The quarterback gets it out quickly. They bring him down to the 13. This offense really threatening now to score. It'll be first down.
Here the defense was committed to stop the run. In an RPO, that's a dangerous thing to do. The quarterback sensed that and just pulled the ball out, got it out to the right flat for some good yards.
He hands it off from the gun. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Man, every defensive coordinator will tell you, I just want my guys to play fast. And how about that one right there? He almost ends up tackling the quarterback as he's handing the ball off. This offense is lucky they didn't end up fumbling.
He goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Exciting quarterback duel in the making here as we check the first quarter stats. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. We begin the quarter with a crucial play, often setting up for this third down. Out of the gun now on third down. It's incomplete. This efficient offense doesn't convert on third down this time. So they're short on fourth down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And the field goal is good.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And the return starts just inside the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Florida offense retakes the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Using his legs on the scramble. And the junior quarterback shows his toughness, keeps this drive moving.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first, keep this drive moving.
He's got it with room to run. Breaking free at the 35. And he's in the clear down the right side. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Florida. He broke away and they couldn't catch him.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and
it's blocked. So after his PAT was blocked, the kicker is out there again to boot it away. Was he on the end line? Apparently not, bringing it out. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Maryland offense is back out on the field now. They had to settle for field goals. That won't work anymore. They got to find the end zone this time. Well, they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the plus 47.
Boy, they do a great job here on play action. The linebackers were completely fooled. 2 or 3 steps up into the line of scrimmage, opened up a nice lane behind the backers, between the safeties, for the quarterback to make the read.
And it's caught outside the 10 and still going. Gain moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a first and goal now.
You got to pick the right time to take your shots downfield, and this offense just did that. A huge gain, and now they're down in the red zone for a first down.
The defense better regroup after that big gainer. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Pass caught. Can he get in? He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins. Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reached the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. A little bit of my turn, your turn on the early going here. Both offenses scoring touchdowns at last possession. Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss on the play.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. The receiver grabs it. He saw him, but he gets out across the 25-yard line.
Well, the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
Here's the second down play. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Pass is tipped and falls incomplete. Someone got a hand up to deflect that one.
In college football today, the quarterbacks get rid of the ball often so fast that this is a great example for young players on the defensive line. If you can't get to the quarterback, watch their eyes and try to get your hands up so when the ball comes, you can knock it away.
Back to throw again. Fires it to the wideout. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up the offense at the 39.
Love to see defensive backs who are able to locate the football and break on the ball and be able to go up and make a clean interception. Great play here.
So the first play of the drive coming up here, under 3 minutes to play before half. Using his legs, it's Jean-Pierre. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
They look to throw it here on second down. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. But a huge collision. Blow delivered there by the linebacker. So now it's 3rd and short from the 30. Chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. It's the 2-minute timeout of what's been a really competitive game so far. Chance for the offense to take the lead before the break. So now it's 3rd and short from the 30. Chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. QB keeper all the way. They've got it in the backfield. Nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play. 4th down and 2 coming up to try to keep the drive going. He keeps it on a design run. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge 4th down stop.
Chris, how about this? The offensive coordinator decides to run the quarterback on a design run to try to catch the defense napping, but the defense was not having it at all. Waiting for that play to be run, comes up with a nice stop to get the ball back.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
I don't know what the quarterback saw there. He should have pulled that ball out and tried to make a throw, but instead he hands it off to the poor running back, and it's a tackle for a loss.
Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down now. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. The Gators will bring their punt team onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. No fair catch. Looking to return this punt. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Fire to the right side. Complete. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Chris, this is a great game, but I'm always so impressed with the offensive line because they sell this as much as anything. The quarterback's making the read, trying to figure out if the defense is committed to the run or the pass, and then he's going to go the other direction. He makes the right throw here out to the flat to the right, but the offensive line showing the defense it's a run look is what opens this up eventually for the nice game.
They bring him down, but a nice play moves the football to the 31 and a first down. Great start to the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. Second down, we're going to throw it. Gets rid of it on the move. With the catch, it's Jean-Pierre. What a stiff arm. And he's finally forced out of bounds inside the 10. Big play to set up a first and goal. And here's that wrinkle, the Wildcat formation, extra blocker in the game. Let's see what they call. And it's a direct snap. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Maryland.
Boy, as a defensive coordinator, you've got to be careful being so worried about this pass game and this quarterback that you're a little bit soft up front, and it costs you. It's exactly what happened here as they score this touchdown.
Point after, up and good. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the first half clock. First down, looking to throw the football. Catch in space, look out. They've got him, but not before he makes a first down at the 41. The Gators will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. First down, looking to throw the ball. Lets it go quickly. It's intercepted, trying to fire it into a tight window.
Chris, he's just trying to find the hole in the zone coverage. But, as you know, those windows can open and close pretty quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So, the timing's got to be just right, or you're going to see an interception like this.
So here comes the first play of the drive. They'll begin at their own 46. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Wide open downfield. Gets some space around the 30. And a huge gain. They finally bring him down at the 11. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy.
Boy, this defense looks like they are confused, and they should be. This wide receiver is putting on a clinic here in the first half. He sees blood in the water right now, and he's got over 100.
He had all day back there before throwing the strike. Touchdown, Terrapins.
I'll tell you what, in this first half, this quarterback seems to be making all the right reads and showing the accuracy that he's shown all year long. Outstanding pass, great conversion. They put 6 more on the board.
And now the try here for the extra point. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. It's a squib kick picked up by one of the blockers on the return team. Tackle is made at the 38. That's a good kick return. So not much time left before halftime as they begin this possession here. Can they make something happen? Looking to throw it on first down. He's going to take off. They'll avoid the big hit with the slide. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. So with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. And he's got it. A booming kick. What a howitzer. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Gators will kick this away to get the second half going. And it's caught from inside the 20. Heads out of bounds at the 40 and sets his offense up in good position. offense has had no answer for it. And see if they found some solutions at halftime. The senior able to make the stop after a short game.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Somebody up there got a little too antsy at the line of scrimmage. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. And they'll bring him down, but this offense creates a huge chunk play.
Chris, that's just perfect execution here by the offense. Quarterback does a nice job getting back, putting the ball out where the receiver can make a play on it. Nothing you can do as a defender.
It's a toss play to the right. Nowhere to run on that play. They've got him in the backfield. That's a loss of a yard.
Chris, great job here by this defense. They're trying to bounce this to the outside, take advantage of his speed in the backfield, but no chance at all. The defensive speed, ability to diagnose the play, blows it up.
And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the first down.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
He'll drop back here on third down. He's wide open. Look out. Tackled right after the catch, but the offense is now in the red zone.
Boy, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
The Terrapins pick up enough yardage for a fresh set of downs. Here comes a throw from the red zone. That's caught. It's Jean-Pierre. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I can see what the quarterback's trying to do here, Chris, and he gets the completion, but just no gain. There's just no room to go after the catch.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. Looking for the end zone. Has a lane. Touchdown, Maryland. Strong game by this quarterback. So the offense flexing here, Kirk, and stretching their lead here in the second half.
Yeah, that touchdown gives you a little bit more breathing room, but now it's up to your own defense to help preserve that lead so you can go back out and build onto it in the second half.
And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. The Gators offense retakes the field. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. And he's sacked. He'll be brought down right at the 5-yard line. The Gators will come to the line to crank up the tempo.
Well, you talk about blowing a play up. What a job by this defense. That is a big-time loss from the sack. But look at the offense. They're keeping the tempo going. I'm surprised.
Let's it fly to the wideout. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
There's some pre-snap movement. Back in motion. Now in third and very long. Looking to throw. Bringing pressure. Took contact on the throw. And it's incomplete again. Fourth down coming up.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. Maryland offense is back out on the field now. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8. And it's a bunch formation. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Pressure is coming. Looks like he's going to run it. Finds room at the 30. He's in the clear. Forced out of bounds, but not before the football's moved inside the 10. It'll be 1st down and goal.
Well, here's a quarterback that just takes control for himself, picking up some nice yards when nothing else is there. This guy's a real threat.
And the Terrapins hoping to punch it in here. They have 1st and goal. And looking to throw now on 1st down. They'll try a pass here. Receiver makes the catch. Tackled at the 8 after the completion.
Boy, tight windows is always down here. They have trust in throwing it. You just have to be smart.
Come out, 2nd down and goal. And off inside, looking for the touchdown. Touchdown, Terrapins. They continue to roll up the score.
Boy, Chris, how about the blocking on this touchdown run? The effort and execution combined with the vision of the running back, everything just working in concert together.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start with the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Short connection to the tight end here. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there. The Gators will hustle to the line here to run the hurry up.
Well, there's no time to sit there and talk to each other as a defense. You give up a big gain for a 1st down, and already you got to get lined up because here comes the ball again.
He make the tackle, but not before he gets all the way to the 30.
Okay, here they go. Big 1st down, good pickup, and they are off and running.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. The junior trying to take a shot, but overthrows his man.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
6-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 4. Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. It's 3rd down. Quarterback in the shotgun. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. They make the stop, but that moves the football to the 16. It'll be 1st down. They keep him guessing with a run. Football comes out, and the defense comes up with the football.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on the ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
On 1st down, it's play action. Looking for his big tight end. He make the tackle, but he gains enough to make the 1st down in what should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. And as we wrap up the 3rd quarter, let's check out the quarterback comparison. This has been a terrific duel. Both guys putting on a show so far today. So one final quarter to play. It's going to take a lot to turn this game around, but strange things do happen in college football. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. They're going to run it. 0 running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
He'll head out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
Man, we know this guy can spin it, but you can't forget about his wheels, too. That's another first down for this offense, and they are feeling it.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking for the wideout. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Hey, I get that passing the football has had a lot to do with you building up this big lead, but at this point in the game, man, take care of your players. Get them out of here healthy, run the football, and get out with a win.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Well, if he would have stayed on his track and stayed more to the inside, I think that play opens up for a nice gain. Instead, he's looking for the big play, bounces it to the outside, and there's just too much speed on that defense.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Cannot connect, incomplete, and now 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
The coverage team makes the stop on this return. Florida offense retakes the field. They got into plus territory last time, but the drive ended on a fumble. They got to shake that off immediately. Snags a quick throw. Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. And the Gators hustle to the line to run the hurry up.
Chris, here we are in the 4th quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
And it's caught way downfield inside the 35. They make the stop, but it's a big gain down to the 29.
Hey, this offense isn't giving up. Yeah, we're in the 4th quarter. You're down big, but who knows? Make a big play. Try to get in the end zone. Maybe get an onside kick.
Second down play coming up. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Makes the catch downfield. He goes down, but the important thing, it's enough to move the sticks and a fresh set of downs. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
It's just so hard in these late-game situations when you're trailing by this much to try to get the ball downfield against nickel or dime coverage. They're inviting you to take that underneath throw, hoping you burn the clock as you go.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Looking to the end zone. And the pass is incomplete just across the goal line.
Well, there's 2 straight incompletions now, and it's going to bring up a big 3rd and goal. Remember, don't be afraid to expand that playbook. You don't have to always look to throw the ball, especially after a couple And
he makes the catch. Touchdown, Gators.
Chris, this is a great play by the receiver coming up with this touchdown. Now let's go back to the beginning of this play. Give the quarterback a lot of credit. He got the ball out of his hands quickly to get that receiver the football to give him a chance to put the touchdown on the board.
The offense still out there. They're going for 2 here. And he runs it in for the 2-point conversion, but there's a flag down. We'll have to sort that out. That's the last thing you want to do as a defense, trying to hold the lead late in the game, undisciplined penalty. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. On the hands team does their job and secures the recovery. Tackled way behind the line. He'll lose 6 there. Offense moving to a bunch formation. Grinding away on the ground. And he goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all 3 to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
That's reeled in. It's Cox. And that play moves the ball across midfield. First down now from the 42.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
They got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
Oh, this defense, if there's any chance of getting back in this game, you can't give up a big gain like this on first down.
It's the 2-minute timeout as the offense continues to try to work the clock and secure an impressive victory here today. Second and short. This offense can keep this up. They're going to wrap the game up comfortably. Play fake, looking to throw. And he dumps it off to the tight end. You make the tackle at the 19, but this offense now has a first down in the red zone. With that, they should be able to hold on, Kirk, and they prevail in this early season showdown. Never sure at this point how much the rankings mean, but this lower-ranked team came in here and showed they're the better side.
Anytime you can pull off an upset like this over such a highly ranked team, obviously will help your resume, and I think build some confidence that should carry over the rest of the year.
Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense gets set up here. It's third down. Runner takes the toss, runs to his left. Has a path to the end zone. Touchdown, Maryland. This offense really clicking.
You know, some people get really upset when you run up the score like this, but for most of the players out there, I think they get it. When you're ahead, you want to win by 100, and when you're behind, you just want it to end.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. First down, looking to throw the football. Taking a deep shot here late in the game. The catch is made way downfield. That's a big gain, but they could have used that when this football game was still in doubt. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. First down, looking to throw the ball. Running out of time in the pocket. And that pass is way off the mark. Not sure who he meant to throw that ball to.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Zips it down the middle. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
They're trailing by this much in the fourth quarter. The defense playing smart. They know you've got to take some deeper shots to try to get back into this game with a big play. And the margin of error for this quarterback shrinks with every pass attempt.
On third down, he drops to throw. escapes the pocket. It's a deep shot to the right. And it's caught. Touchdown, Florida.
Boy, this guy has a knack for the end zone, doesn't he? That's 2 touchdowns for this guy today, and I don't know if he's done yet.
From the gun, he looks for an open man. Makes the catch for the 2-point conversion as they continue to cut into this lead. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. Now they safely make the recovery. The onside kick doesn't work.
Well, they didn't really have much of a choice. Had to go with his onside kick, but as we all know, such a low chance of actually recovering this. It was likely their only option if they wanted to get another shot at trying to get the football back.